Yeah, heard anything about the UV index and how it's off the scale? Anyways, this is one of my favorite plants. Know why they call it Devil's Club? Huh? Yeah. I can't believe how many. A lot of people are brought up here from Europe, first time climbing up here on Squire Creek, and I'd point this plant out to them and go, "Don't touch it." And they're like, "Why?" And I said, "Well, when you touch it, you're going to find out." And almost every time they did, they found out. Anyway, years ago, when we first started coming up here, this is back in the mid 60s, or mid 80s, 86, started coming pretty regularly. The engineers came up here and chopped this tree down. You can see it right here. And they fell it across the river, and they hiked that a lot. Went across their bridge, and it got washed out. Like 3 seasons is all it lasted. So I came up here and bolted this to the wall. This big boulder here. You can kind of see how my welding worked. This is back in 1980, 80 something, probably 89, 90. It might have been 91. So we had a cable that went across the creek here, and it went 2 of them to cedar over there. Whoa! Anyway, this is our landing here and here. So there was one cable that went up and one cable came down, so we'd zip line across the creek here. And this is way before zip lines. So one day Dave Grout came up here with a friend. He was the guy who helped me put this in. Oh. And you can see it up there now. So we had 2 lines going across here. One high, one low. So one coming this way, one going that way. And it was out of some 1x7 cable. So people put their beaners on it and then hand over hand. Anyway, Dave Grout comes up here with a friend, and he's like a little guy. And he came across first on the only one cable. There was one cable gone. He's like, "Wow, that's weird. One cable's coiled up over here." And so he got off, and he looked up here, and he noticed that the turnbuckles, which happen to be the ones that are still here, were loosened up. And the cable, as his friend was coming across, hand over hand it, and he's like, it was like 20, probably 25 feet above the creek there, and there was a lot more rock in it there back then. Big boulders. And he looked up here, and he's like, "Wow, those look loose." And all of a sudden he saw the cable go sink, and then and off it went, and down his friend went and hit on his pack first down a rock down there in the creek. And it kind of ended their climb right there, but luckily the guy didn't get killed. A little bit to one side or the other, could have bashed his head in on one of the rocks, or drowned in the water, because it was like probably 4 to 5 feet deep then. So obviously it was sabotaged, and I'm pretty sure they were after me. And it took a tool to do that too, to loosen those up. We even had backup cables from the old mill log bridge the engineers did that went off and backed up this cable that went across the creek here. It was funny how they left the high one and took the low one out, but they had it all rigged up so the next person to come across the creek And Dave being, he's probably like all 90 pounds, maybe 100. And he didn't have a very big pack. So he didn't pull it off, and his friend went down in the creek. But that's a good example of called trying to screw with somebody and non-discriminatory. This could have been anybody coming across that thing, not just me. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they're mad at me because I wouldn't post my routes in some posting thing and do like everybody else and go, look where I went. I put all these bolts in, there's blades, and it's all safe now, and you can climb this route, it's all good. Come climb my route. Rather than just doing stuff for me and my friends. Anyway, I'm going to guess, just that I know personally, this cable before it got sabotaged, it probably had at least 200 to 300 crossings back and forth, and it was high enough across the creek so it wouldn't get taken out by the falls. But anyway, good example of non-discriminatory trying to hurt somebody, and they almost ended up killing somebody or seriously wounding that guy for life.